So this one, I've already recorded a couple times. It just never really came out. So I'm gonna give it another shot. But I wanted to give my condolences to Snoop, Snoop Dogg from Long Beach. He's also from the LBC, and probably not even probably he's the one that really put it on the map and made Long Beach as famous as it is today. Uh, Beyond anybody, I grew up seeing the Sublime guys a little bit as a kid too. They're all a little bit older than I am, but I was like 12 running around Sublime parties. And I saw them a couple times. And but Snoop, huge influence. I knew his little brother Bing, who recently passed, and so I want to offer my condolences to the Idrin. And I'm sure all the Long Beach Massive feel the same. Snoop Lion, you went to JA and kicked it with Bunny and all them. And maximum respect. Bing was a cool kid from what I remember. I didn't know him super well. We used to play basketball at a little elementary school called Bryant Elementary. And back in the day, we used to play a lot of pickup games over there. And then, Long Beach was a pretty gnarly town when I was a kid. So people started getting jacked, especially as everybody would start going home. The last few kids there would get jacked for shoes, or their ball would get stolen or whatever. So my great uncle built my cousin a little court who lived right near there. That we used to play at all the time and have like 5-on-5 games on this little half court on a hill. And Bing used to come through a lot. And he was a good guy. It was the first time I remember flowing. I think it was with Bing. They showed my cousin like rapping, like flowing, which I also do. And I'll make some videos of that at some point. But I first saw that there through them. And I think Snoop came and picked him up once. I don't remember if it was exactly Bing, but I want to say it was Bing. This would have been like 91, maybe 90, early 90s. And Bing, I'm pretty sure because I remember him saying like, "Oh, Bing's brother's coming. Bing's brother's coming." I think they were half brothers, but I don't know the exact details of it. And they all ran up the hill to see like Bing's brother pick him up, and they came. And I want to say it was a 6'4" Impala. I didn't know cars that well back then, but it was a Lolo and all tinted out and super. And they're like, "Oh, he's a real gangster. Bing's brother's a real gangster." And came and picked him up once all the kids were watching. I went up there and poked my head around the corner too to see what was going on. And so, from my memories, I knew him when we were young kids. We're about the same age, and he might have been a year younger. And so it's really sad to hear of his loss. And so my condolences to the utmost to the family. I know it's hard to lose people. I always say, mourn the living, but I know because of the suffering, and I know he was deeply involved with everything. I have kicked it with like Warren. I've never kicked it with Snoop. My buddy Grenade is kind of rolls with all that crew, does recording with those guys. And so I had the pleasure to go to Snoop's studio, one of them, with Warren G, and kick it. And it was in the time I smoked still. I don't really smoke herb anymore, but I did back then, and I had some success in like growing. They just needed somebody they could trust during the whole medical cannabis thing in California. So we had a bunch, and we put Warren under. He like pulled his shirt over his head. It's like, "Oh man, y'all smoke like Snoop." Went to bed. It was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and we put him under. It was pretty funny. Not to call you out, Warren. Blessings, man. It was a great time, and maximum respect, man. And Snoop's, been one of the great champions of Long Beach. Put it on the map. And Bing was a good kid, and it's hard to see. And so, with my condolences, whenever I would think about maybe my most important idea of anything, which was the after school guild, like program, I always thought Snoop would have been the greatest, or would be the greatest representative of that. So I offer that to you, Snoop. On top of it all, my idea always was Chittick Park, so right across from LBCC campus, the Orange Coast campus. Now I think they got a track on there and some stuff, but I always thought the big building, 5 stories, cafeteria and like greeting area, study area, art, and then music, and then all the recording, editing, and all that, and then gardening outside, a bunch of sports fields. I think that would be the ultimate. It would do the most change in the world, to empower the youth, to teach them, expose them to all these skills. As they get older, they can even jump across the street to LBCC and work with their hands, auto shop and carpentry, and there's all kinds of different things over there too that they could learn. I know they've gotten away from a lot of that now. There's not as many facilities for trades, but still a lot. And with the whole Long Beach people, Snoop wouldn't have to do it alone, but he's doing so many great things. He has his hands in so many different things. I know he's doing a child's book series or something right now, educational series, which is amazing, would tie in perfectly with that. He's had like the Snoop Dogs, a lot of that stuff I think Bing was managing, and so it's a tough loss, but I think he could tie in perfect with that. And there's so many other Long Beach characters to draw from too. I don't know if Sublime guys are necessarily the best, and I'll do a video about all that, my experiences with those guys, the best example for kids. But but we have so many Long Beach families that are prominent. Cameron Diaz, amazing, went to school with my uncle's ex-girlfriend, we're in the same class at Poly. There's Billie Jean King, still around, phenomenal tennis player. We have a park, like tennis courts named after her. Tony Gwynn, his family. Tony Gwynn has passed, bless his soul, but his family, he was from Long Beach originally. Fuzzy, who's a famous comedian. There's so many NFL players that have come out of Poly that I think as a coalition of getting all the Long Beach people together and doing something like that could really change the world. And like I tied it in with Bob, it's I talked about it in the Rasta story, I think, but in previous videos, how Bob used to break off people like for businesses, and that's really what made him a legend in Jamaica. Was he didn't just, when he was home from tour, he wouldn't just give people $100 here and there. He would sit and actually let people come and give him business propositions and throw down big money, help him get a push cart, help him get a little stand going, something, sell souvenirs, whatever it was. And Snoop's already super loved. Those are the kind of things that make people like legends forever. And Snoop deserves it, man. He's done great things and has managed his life well and included all these members like Bing and his friends and Warren, all these people into his life. And so I just wanted to offer that up, as I know it's a little bit late now. It's been a while, but I think about it quite often, and Bing and his passing. And so bless him and bless you and the fam, Snoop, and everybody going through it and suffering. I'm sure this still hurts. Loss like that always does, especially close family like that. So my condolences and blessings to you and yours, and big ups, maximum respect. And I wish everyone the blessing of loving people in their time and while we have them with us, because it's super hard. You never know when the world someone's gonna be taken from us in this world. And so we should try to love everybody as much as we can, as I'm sure Snoop did with his little brother, and all of us, to love in this moment, because tomorrow is guaranteed to no one. So maximum respect and big ups. I wish all the blessing for everyone, and let's do this, people. Save the humans.
Trying to be a better man. Oh yeah. Trying to do the best I can. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do right to you, do right to you. No matter what they want to say, and I'm gonna still fight for you, still fight for you.